Hello, scholars. It is Monday, May 11th, or perhaps if you have an even block day, it is Tuesday, May 12th. And this week you have lessons 7 and 8. It's quarter 4, week 4, and we're in days 34, 35, 36, and 37 of online learning. Crazy. The objective is the same for the entire week. We're going to draft our body paragraphs, focusing on integrating evidence from multiple sources to elaborate on the same topic and using in-text citations seamlessly. This week, your grade is to complete all of your body paragraphs. And I don't think I included that in this PowerPoint. So let me just make sure that I have a slide in here that you can see. Okay, so this week's grade is a minor grade, and it's a grade for completing all of the body paragraphs for your essay. So this is quite a bit of work for you. But if you take it day by day and use your outline, you should be fine. So on Google Classroom, it gives you the steps. And this is just lesson 7 body paragraph video. So you're going to watch this video. You need to open your outline. So you need to have this outline that you built last week opened. And then you also need to open the research essay document, which is attached here, and it should make you your own copy. And it looks like this. You're going to fill in the MLA formatting. So you just follow the instructions here. So for example, this says to replace this with your last name. I had to double click to open up the header. And I just make sure there's one space before the page number. Good. Then I'm going to delete your name. I'm going to write my own name. I'm going to delete professor name. And I'm going to write my teacher's names. If you don't have Mrs. Rudder, you don't need to write her name. The subject, English 1, and then the date. And this essay is actually due on June the 1st, which is a Monday. So we'll put the due date. Okay. The title of your report, you can come up with that now, or you can come up with that later. I'm just going to put my title. This is going to be my introduction, and I'm not going to do my introduction today. The objective for today is only to deal with the body paragraphs. So we're not doing the intro, so I'm going to skip that. Then it has section header, and notice it's all in caps. So here's where my first section comes, and my first section was early life. So I'm going to delete section header, and I'm going to write early life. And then here, I don't need all this subsection stuff. I really just need to fill in my paragraph about her early life. So here I'm going to take this and delete. So I'm going to look. Okay. And now I'm going to use my facts to build my paragraph. Virginia Hall was born in 1906 in Baltimore. She's born to, she was born into a wealthy family who raised her to get married. No, I can put that in. She was born in 1906 to a wealthy family in Baltimore. now this all comes from my first source, and the in-text citation for my first source was Meyer. So I'm just going to add that at the end. Then I'm going to switch sources. So now I'm going to use this other source. And I just want to use that her parents were named Edwin and Barbara, and her dad was a successful entrepreneur. Hall's father, Edwin, was a successful entrepreneur. She also lived with her mother, Barbara, and brother, John. And this is from my second source, which I know is Graley's the author. Okay, entrepreneur. All right. Now I want to include some of my other details here. She was raised to get married, but she liked outdoorsy things. And here, yeah, although Hall was raised to be married, she liked outdoorsy activities like hunting. And I got that from my red source, which is from Meyer. That being said, Craig Graley describes, and now I'm going to use a quote. So here I had this quote from this author, Graley. Virginia Hall's childhood prepared her well for a life in espionage. So I'm going to put that in there. And I just want to make sure that I keep it in MLA format. So I like to do this as I'm going so I don't forget. Espionage. Because, and then I'm going to use another part of that same quote. Because the family, quote, loved outdoor adventures on the family farm and holidays in Europe. Okay. Now here, I technically, because I've already said the author's name, I don't need to put the citation, but I like to be overly careful, so I'm going to include the citation. Now I've used most of my details, but I would like to put in this detail and this detail, which are both quotes. So first I'm going to put this one in. Hall described herself as a child as, and then I just need the part that I quoted, capricious and cantankerous. A niece of Hall's, who was Lorna Caitling, remembered her as comfortable in any situation, nothing daunted her. So I'm going to put that in. Yeah, Virginia is comfortable. Okay. Now I'm just going to make sure that this all goes with Times New Roman. Size 12. Black ink. Okay. And then all I need now is I need a conclusion sentence and I need an introduction sentence. So this is going to be my own opinion. It shouldn't be a fact or a paraphrase or a quote. So right now it's a fact from an article. So I need to add a sentence that's my own idea. Virginia Hall grew up in a wealthy family. No. Grew up going on adventures, which would later prepare her for a life in espionage. Now I'm just going to double check my spelling mistakes. Okay. And now I need a sentence to conclude my paragraph. So from her early life, one can see how Virginia started to pursue a life of adventure. Okay. Now it's telling me that Grayley spelled wrong, but that's because it is an author's last name. So I'm just going to add it to my dictionary and then it's going to get rid of it. So there's my paragraph about her early life. I don't have any other paragraphs in this section. So now I'm going to put another section in. So what I would do here is put a new section in. Oops. Oh, I want to indent. And then I'm going to put a new section in. And this would be section 2. And my section 2 title is Life Before World War II. So I would going to delete early life and I'm going to write Life Before World War II. And then I don't need this subsection heading or any of this. So I'm just going to delete it. And I'm just going to start writing my next paragraph underneath section 2. And then I'm going to keep adding paragraphs to this section until I get to the next section. And then I'm going to add another section and another paragraph. You should work today to finish about half of your paragraphs. So for example, in my essay, I'm going to try to get through the paragraphs that I have for sections 1 and 2. And then on my second day, I'm going to work on sections 3 and 4. And if you have any questions or you want me to check your work, please let me